guys, a long time no see. Happy New Year's, happy holidays. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the immigrant and non-immigrant petitions to be approved this year. So, a lot of things going on, guys, right now. And there is no doubt that a lot of changes are going to happen very recently. Already happened and presently will be happening as we speak. And I do believe that the first 3 days and the first 100 days of a new president are always the most important. Why? Because during these two periods, one short and one long, the president basically shows the policies and the topics that are the most important for the US. Okay? And how do we know that? We know that through the executive orders that are signed, and we know that from the announcements that are made by the administration. Hi, Nirmal. Good to see you too. Thank you for coming. And everybody else who is present right now and who will be watching it in the offline mode. So let's guys discuss. And by the way, let's warm up a little bit more about the recent approvals that we got. You guys know that I filed 50 cases in December. Okay. However, because a lot of people are filing the cases with USCIS at the end of the year, they cannot get that load through immediately. So basically, even some cases that were filed 3-4 weeks ago did not get any decision, although they were expedited, right? Of course, we're patient. We don't want to rush them at this time of the year, because if we do rush them, they're just going to send the RFE. Okay, they're just empty RFE just to win some time. So we're patient with the petitions that we filed, but we start getting the approvals. So today we got the EB1A for the blogger and influencer. Guys, those cases are very hard because influencing and blogging, some officers don't take them seriously. All right, so they think that those people are they're joke, they're clowns. I don't think so, because we go strictly by the law, and it's always nice to get the approval for someone who is the influencer and a blogger online. Okay. Yes, Nirmal, I missed you too, guys. I missed you too. If you guys forgot, I went on a cruise for the New Year's for 10 years in Caribbean Sea for the islands, and then I was in Colombia for 1 week in Medellin. And you guys, you know me, I love Colombia. I love this country. I think it's one of the greatest countries in the world. It's cheap, great food, very warm people. Very nice views, a lot of culture. Different cities have different culture. So if you've never been to Colombia, I do recommend you may go to Cartagena, you may go to Santa Marta, you can go to Medellin, Bogota, a lot of places to go. So that's why I was missing out in action, but the work never stopped. So the first approval is EB1A for the blogger. The second EB1A is for marketing person, okay? And we have lots of, I don't know why 2024 was very rich with marketing cases. All of them got approved. Okay, another EB1A for a businessman in perfume. Guys, I love your cases. I just do, because you guys You guys give me the knowledge I would never know. So I don't know much about perfume, but after the approval at EB1A, I'm an expert in perfume. Okay, so very good case. I love the niche business cases. They're all very good. Another EB1A for a talented IT person, game developer. Okay, and guys, we're just warming up. We're gonna get to the Trump administration in a minute. So this game dev EB1A is kind of unique in my company because this particular client is paralyzed. Okay, he's paralyzed, and he's creeped out like this, right? And he's in a wheelchair, and his speech is not very clear, but he's a talented person. So that goes to your question, guys. Are there any limitations by health, by age? No, no limitations. If you have recognition in the field, which we can document, you're gonna be approved. Okay, so Max, he's a game dev from Ukraine, like this, and very hard to communicate, so a lot of in writing, but we got him approved. So this is very good news. Very good news. People with disability do deserve talent visas. Another EB1A for a talented engineer for data collection. All IT cases get approved in our company. Another blogger got O1B, and she's a cooking blogger. Okay, this is like very also niche. She's like cooking online and teaching people all this kind of stuff. All right, let me see what else. Okay, O1A for talented IT person. There's nothing to say here. Another O1 for another IT programmer from Belarus. Another O1A for marketing, businesswoman in marketing. All right, let me see what else. Yeah, I think this is it. This is it for the January. Yeah, but stay tuned. Next week is going to be really, really, really hot because those cases that were in the backlog will be getting approved. All right, so Trump's administration and the changes that will be taking place in the future. First things first, guys. The executive order on canceling the birthright citizenship in the US. You guys heard it? You guys read about it? It happened 2 days ago. And let me tell you, this particular executive order will have zero chances to stand the court injunction. Okay? Wait for it. This maybe next week, the latest, you will read the news. The whatever federal court in California, Texas, whatever jurisdiction that is, imposed a national temporary injunction on this executive order, which means the court is gonna stop the action on this executive order until the trial, and I guarantee, I give you 100%, after the trial, this executive order is going to be cancelled. Okay? I guarantee. Why? Because the president, no matter who that person is, cannot cancel the Constitution and the constitutional amendment. And the Birthright Amendment is the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, which was interpreted by many courts to allow anyone, all people. The word all includes all. Okay? If you guys disagree, comment on this. I think all means all. Everybody, with no exception, right? So all people born on the US territory are granted the US citizenship. And the only way to change that, the only way to change that is to change the constitution. Guys, how many times you heard that United States Constitution was changed? It's like never, right? It was, but it's like almost never. Why? Because it's so hard. You have to get the absolute majority in both. I can't remember the exact procedure, but you have to get the Congress to vote on this. And it should be absolute majority. I think it's either 2/3 or 3/4 of Congress, of the Senate, right? It's not happening. Okay, it's just not happening. The Democrats are going to be against 100%, and even some Republicans probably going to be against that. So, and I understand that that executive order does not have any influence, and Christopher says correct. Yes, Christopher agrees with me about the word all. This doesn't have any influence on EB1As, EB2NIWs, and this kind of stuff. But still, we need to know what direction they want to choose. Further, second, and this one I like, guys. This one I like. He signed the executive order, to deport the foreign citizens and students who support terrorist organizations, Hezbollah and Hamas. Right, guys? Who in the right and sound mind is going to support terrorists? I don't know. Right? So those people who come to the US and waving terrorist flags on demonstrations, not being even residents of the US, they must go. Okay? They must go. Because they do not represent our opinion on this. Okay? So I want to see those people go. And Christopher says it was changed in 1924, but has since not been changed. Exactly! Christopher, thank you. Thank you for doing quick research for me. Guys, 1924, 100 years ago was the last time the Constitution was changed. So guess what? It's probably another 100 until it gets changed again. Alright? And here, let me guys give you some juice, some good stuff. So, if you follow me, if you come to my streams, if you read my Instagram, by the way, I started Telegram channel. Guys, sign up for my Telegram. It's also good, exclusive content. I don't post the same content across different social media. It's all unique, right? So if you want to get all the news, all the fresh stuff, my opinion on the current changes, and things gonna change a lot, you should follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on X, and on Telegram, because all different content. So, the way the US government changed the law, the immigration law, is not by changing the black letter of the law. Sometimes it happens, but rarely, because it's hard. You have to push things through Congress, and that's a lot of effort. So the way they change it is by two things. Number one, they change the interpretation of those laws. And that's exactly what Trump was trying to do with the Constitution. He trying to say that that amendment, the 14th Amendment to the US Constitution, by the word all, meant to include the black, the African American, okay? The black population. Because before the 14th Amendment, the slaves, the ex-slaves could not get the citizenship. So the 14th Amendment was to grant them that right, and that's his argument. Okay? And my question is, where is the source? Where is the source of this? What you base your argument on? There is nothing. Okay? Just because you think that Supreme Court did not interpret the law correctly, it doesn't mean that's the way it is, right? So the way they change the current immigration law, either by interpretation or by creating the policies within USCIS, they change the manual how immigration officers should adjudicate the petition. That's what they did recently for O1 and EB2 and IW. Okay? And the good news is that whatever policy they implemented, I myself and my team, we've been doing this already for years. For us, it was no news. It just was a confirmation what we already were doing. With this being said, one thing is very important, guys. For the purpose of O1 visa, now the embassy immigration officer cannot deny O1 visa if your employer is your own company. So basically they confirmed that you may register a company in the US in order to serve your O1 petitioner, as long as it's not fraud. Sure, it's never been fraud, but that's important to understand. So, and why I'm saying this, you're like, Stanislav, you've been doing this, you've been saying this for years. Yes, but the immigration officers didn't know that, or some of them didn't know that, and that was the main reason to not issue the O1 visa in the embassy if there was ever a denial. So in all denials for O1 visa, the main one in the embassy is because your company is your employer. Now they cannot do that, which is great, which means much less denials in embassy for the purpose of O1 visa. Okay? And there's a bunch of things that they confirmed, but they are not as important. By the way, they confirmed that IEEE fellow level is the good association for the purpose of associations or O1 and EB1A. Well, that's not brainer. I was laughing. I was like, you guys, next time you're gonna say that honorary membership in IEEE fits. Of course, it's higher than fellow, right? So fellow is clear. I do believe that senior level is enough. Okay? I would take this up to the federal court when time is right, if that's the issue. Okay? But I believe the senior level is good enough. For the purpose of EB2 and IW, you guys hear me saying that, and I even released a fresh YouTube video on EB2 and IW through your employer. Okay? And you'll be like, Stanislav, but EB2 and IW could be self-petition, almost self-petition without an employer. Yes, this is correct, but if you do have an employer, that increases your chances of EB2 and IW approval. Okay? And they clarified that the work of the employer for the purpose of EB2 and IW must still be in the national interest of the US government. Again, nothing new, okay? It's never been, we always did that. We always looked at the nature of the business of the employer to find the more broad implication in the US, okay? So nothing pretty much new. Good changes, good confirmations and clarifications, the new law, okay? We're excited about those things because it feels like we have more tools to help you guys to get those approvals nowadays. Okay? All right, so let's see what you guys get to say. Jamie, hi, I have BS in 2011, honors, like I guess it's honors, I would think, but did master in 2021 again. For NIW, which degree do I use? Because if I use master, my experience is less 3 years, but I have been working since 13 years. Um, yeah, Jamie, really good question. It doesn't look like a very deep question, but trust me, this is a very deep question. So yeah, in this case, I would use your master's degree, and I would still claim all your experience back from BS, from your bachelor's degree. Okay, no, yeah. That's the way it's gonna go. So it's not gonna weaken your case just because you got your master's recently. Because remember, the education is one of the three in my book, okay? And you guys know my book is the best book because you understand it much better than anybody else because other attorneys just read the law the way it's in the book and they try to explain and they do a lousy job, with all due respect. The right way is to break it down and explain it the way it actually applies. So we have three criteria for the purpose of EP2NIW: education, national interest project, and the well-positioned. Yes? If you actually do the law in the book, it's more criteria, but again, I just compound them so it's easier to understand. So your master's degree goes in the first criterion, but your experience goes in the last one, in the well-positioned. So you'll be good. Will be no problem. And guys, join our Telegram channel. You have the link in the comment section. Just click on it and join. Okay, you can see a lot of good materials going on right now. Actually, today I did a little podcast in a Telegram messenger about the EP2NIW, about the project, how to go about the project. Mike, I'm MBA, 14 years experience, non-business, was an HR manager all my life. Can I qualify for EP2NIW? Because I heard you need to have a business endeavor job. People don't really get an IW. Mike, this is not quite so. This is not quite so. And let me tell you, last year I got 2 EP2NIWs in your profession. Okay? And one of them is a lady from Canada who's been in HR for like 14, actually same amount of years experience. And what she did, let me correct myself. So she wasn't HR, but she had a niche in HR. She was helping with keeping the employees of the corporations sane. So they don't go crazy. Like, it's kind of almost mental health thing. But it will never stop me to get you EP2NIW in HR if you can show how your work is going to help the US. Okay? Because HR is very general. And Mike, you know this, right? HR is huge. It could be hiring, maintaining, keeping the employees, health, mental health issues, the corporate culture. There's a lot of things going on in HR. So depending on the specific of your profession, we're going to be building the case on this. Christopher, the 14th Amendment will stand, this executive order will be allowed, the Constitution is in place for the people. Yes, definitely, Christopher. I do agree with you. Trump will not be able to get that thing through. Viswanathan, L1 Prem petition will be filed next week. Would it get processed in 15 calendar days? Yes, it will. I have been with organization at managerial level for 20 years and have over 40,000 employees across and 5,000 employees in US vetting. Yeah, well, that sounds like a green card. That sounds like EB1C. So they're gonna file it. You're gonna get approved. Once you come to the US, ask them to file the EB1C, okay, to get the green card. And I believe you are of Indian origin, so they better file it as fast as possible so you freeze your priority date. Because right now it's almost 3 years. Shannon. By the way, guys, let's discuss the priority dates. So, what Elon Musk was saying even before the inauguration of Trump, that two things. First, they want to remove the lottery from H1B. Okay, they want to remove lottery and make it almost like merit-based applications. Okay, so it sounds to me like O1 Lite, the light version of O1 for people with education and employer, which I think is a great news because it kind of removes the uncertainty of the lottery. Okay, yes, you don't really know if your merits are better than the guy next door, right? Because you don't know who else is candidate for this position. But still, it's more about what you achieved than some luck in the lottery. All right. So I think this is the one thing that's gonna happen. We're not gonna see lottery for H1B. This year, probably not. But the next year, I believe there's a high chance that H1B is going to be largely reformed. Big reform for H1B. That's number one prediction from me. Number two, and guys, for those of you from India, and you guys know, I have 25% of my practice, my Indian clients, and I love you guys because you are hardworking, you're professional, and you're ready to get you motivated to get those green cards for EB1A. So good news for you guys and everybody else who is going for the second and third category of EB visas. I do believe that Musk and Trump, they are going to increase the limits on the green cards during one fiscal year. You'll be like, okay, Stanislav, please, plain English. All right, let me guys explain. So, the way the immigration system works right now, we have about 800,000 green cards available for employment-based visas. Okay? During one fiscal year. What is the fiscal year in the US? From October 1st until September 31st. Okay, that's the fiscal year. So those 800,000 green cards are allocated in each one of EB categories. So we have 5 categories, right? For each one of them, there's a certain percentage of visas allocated. I think the biggest one is EB1. That's the biggest one. That's why. Because it's the sign that we want more people from that category. And who are in that category? Extraordinary people, talent visa, the EB1C for Viswanathan, right? The executives, international executive and managers, and EB1B, the professors and researchers. So, whom do we need the most? All these people, the top managers, the professors and researchers, and the talented people. Okay? So, for the second and the third categories, I believe it's like 180,000 each. And don't quote me on that. That's around those numbers. So why do we get the backlog for, especially for Indians and Philippines and Mexicans and Chinese? Because there is the limit on the amount of the green cards, and there is a limit on the how many green cards out of this amount could be allocated to one particular country. So try to guess what's the max percentage for one country to get the limit on the visas. Try to guess, guys. Or if you know, put it in the comment section. How many percent wise are given to one particular country throughout the year? Let me give you 7 seconds because there is a delay in the stream. All right, Jamie got it, guys. Jamie, good stuff. I don't know if you Googled it or if you knew. Exactly, 7%. 7%. So if once USCIS approves 7% of the total green cards given to the particular country, the next approvals for this country go to the next fiscal year. Okay? That's why the backlog is created. So that's why the Indian citizens get those like 12, 15, 20 years backlog for all these categories because there's so many petitions filed and approved. So they kind of borrow from the future to get those green cards in place. Okay? So what they may do, that's my second prediction, guys. That's my second prediction. They will increase the limits on the number of green cards allocated to one particular category of employment-based visas. And they may increase, not much, but maybe a little bit, that 7% allocation for a particular country. And I think it makes sense, guys, because just think of it. So if we have the top professionals in one particular country, it just happened. Maybe this country has a better educational system. Maybe they have a different culture that makes people work harder. We don't know. Why should we limit the best professionals in the world just because of this 7%? We kind of discriminate on that basis, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I would remove that 7% whatsoever. I would just do this. Why? Because we want to get the best, right? So why should we limit the best from a particular country? I don't know. So my prediction is that two things going to happen. Increase in a number of green cards per fiscal year. I would like to see a twofold increase, right? That would be great. And I think there would be the removal of 7% limit or expansion of it. Okay, that's what I think is going to happen. That's going to take time because those things have to go through the Congress. And of course, it's a little bit of a hassle to pass those laws. So, and the third thing, my third prediction for the purpose of today's stream is that all the systems are going to be digitalized. So probably already 2025, all cases are going to be filed digitally. Oh my God, cannot wait. Because guys, if you followed me on my Telegram, would send the pictures on each Friday to show the fresh cases that we sent to USCIS. Guys, you should see the FedEx guy coming to my office on Thursday, on Friday. They come with a big cart like this, huge. They put those boxes, bam, bam, bam. It's crazy. We had to purchase this huge industrial printer. It's bigger than me. It's like this. right? Because we can't print fast enough to file our cases. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. My company spends like $10,000 a month just to print cases. Okay, that's fucked up. I think we shouldn't have this expense. It's ridiculous, and they have so much expenses to keep all that paper somewhere, to pay for AC, to kill the rats that eat the paper, on all this craziness. People, those warehouses, this is crazy. This is not optimized. So Musk is going to optimize it. They already created Digital Force Committee to implement digitalization of all government services. And I love it. I love it. I cannot wait. Okay, let's see the questions. Shannon, I got my O1 approved, then went to interview and got denied. There you go, guys. There you go. So that's what I'm saying. Can I reschedule interview as sub? I own my LLC 100%. I was denied 7th January. Now reschedule interview. Country Pakistan. Ugh. Pakistan is no good. Shannon, no good. Yeah, do reschedule it. Quote the new manual to the officer. And just tell them right off the bat. Listen, I own my LLC 100%, and there is a new policy in USCIS that allows directly to do this, and but have the explanation how that LLC is gonna make money. Okay, because that's how your case is gonna turn on. Pakistan is not good, guys. Pakistan. I do have clients from Pakistan. I know how biased the U.S. embassy in Pakistan. More biased than the Polish U.S. embassy for Russians. You guys know that Russia has no American embassy since 2019, I think. So all Russians go to Warsaw in Poland. OMG. This is the worst. But yeah, Pakistan is no good. So try, Shannon, if you can, try another country. If you cannot, I keep my fingers crossed for you. Jamie, also for the O1, is it mandatory that an attorney represents you? G28, can the petitioner LLC file without attorney for the beneficiary? Yes, they can do it. It's possible. Lucas, Stanislav, quick question. If I'd be eligible for both EB1A and NIW, which one should I apply for? Lucas, of course, no doubt, 100%, EB1A. Okay? For two reasons. Less subjective, no backlog. This one, Nathan, I meant EMP of my company. I meant EMP count of my company. Oh, that's like you meant our employment count of your company. So that's not how many people you directly control. So yeah, still, if it's a big company and you have top managerial or executive, EB1C is on your way. 3PL hype, in your experience, what is the wait time from I-140 approval EB1A, AOS adjustment of status to green card in hand, and do you recommend getting EAD before that if someone needs to work as sub? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you file your AOS for 85, there must be a package with I-765 and I-131. Right, the advanced parole and the work permit. Right now, the wait time from the moment of filing 485 package is anywhere between 3 to 9 months. So on average, it's 6 months. Okay, 6 months, more or less. Mega. Is having an MS degree a prerequisite for EB1A? Is EB1A also have countrywide quota? What is it for Indians? No degree is necessary, guys, for the purpose of EB1A. Okay, not necessary. And yes, quota is for all all categories of EB cases. For the first, second, third, fourth, it applies to all of them. For Indians, EB1A right now 3 years wait. It's February 2022 as it stands right now. Okay, and by the way, it didn't move for the past like 6 months almost. Right, so yeah, 3 years, but it may be a little bit longer. But remember, guys, when you are on H1B and you have your EB2 or EB3 approved before, or no, approved with priority date before February 2022, I will get you adjustment of status immediately. Okay, and that's how we roll with our Indian clients. Guys, don't forget to get the free evaluation of your cases. I'm gonna drop you the link in the comment section, how to get the free evaluation of your EB1A cases, EB2 NIW cases, O1, L1, E2, EB5, H1B, EB2, EB3. So just by one click in that link, and I'm gonna send you it within a few minutes. Get that free evaluation right now. Okay. There you go. So and you'll give me 2 days to analyze your petition, your potential petition, and look for the word potential. If you see the word potential, this is good news for you. 3PL hype. Thanks. Do you charge separate for 485 or is it the whole package? Yes, we do charge separately. We do subsidize I-485 for the clients who hire us for I-140. I do believe it's very cheap. I charge $1,500 for that, and other attorneys could charge up to $5,000 for this work. Okay, but if you hire us for I-140, we basically do you a huge discount on 485 and the whole package. Nirmal, writing 2 recipe books exclusively designed by myself will justify the EB1 publication criteria and any point to keep in mind. So yes, 2 will satisfy, but also remember that books are oftentimes also contribution in the industry. Okay, so Nirmal, I don't know. I have a client with the name Nirmal, right? But get the free evaluation if you didn't get that thing yet. Okay, the free evaluation is important for me to assess your case and see if you have a potential. I mean, you represent the client for 45 who has done I-40 through your firm. Yes, we do. It's still separate charge, like I explained before. I don't take, like, let's say you got I-140 approved from someone else. I'm not gonna take your 45, okay? Or if I do, I'm gonna charge you 5K for this, all right? Because that's the new work for us. Viswanathan, what is extreme vetting and how is it going to impact L1 visa at India, Chennai? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Viswanathan. I probably by extreme vetting you mean like protection from the fraud and terrorism. I believe you're referring to this policy. Look, no matter what kind of protection US government is building to find the fraud, the terrorists, whatever, Hezbollah supporters, all this craziness, if your case is real, and when you guys work with my company, I guarantee that all cases are real. I never faked a single thing in the case. Never ever. Okay? Because I worry about my reputation, but also I take care of you guys first of all, because if you get exposed for whatever you do, this is a big problem. Okay, this is a huge problem. So I would never do anything like this. So extreme vetting, whatever protection, if you're real, you're gonna be good. Okay, so don't worry about that. Mega, and I love your name, Mega, guys. Who wants to have? I wish I had the name Mega, right? It's so cool. Love it. And what is the average time for your clients from start to end to be able to build the package and apply for EB1A? 6 months. Guys, once you get the free evaluation, the link is attached to this chat. If I see the potential in your case, I invite you to the second step, the complex immigration planning, where I build the written strategy for your case. The third step is to hire my team and myself for complete case filing. And that's gonna take exactly 6 months from the time we start. Okay? You're gonna have deadlines. You're gonna have a lot of work to do. You're gonna have the full team of 8+ people working on your case in tandem, in synergy with you, but you guys need to work hard to get that thing through. Okay? It's not going to be overwhelming as long as you do what you're instructed to. And let me guys share. I love my Indian clients, but almost all of you guys have one thing in common. You just love to procrastinate. Okay? So you start working on your case on the second or third month when I tell you, hey, if you don't turn things on, I'm gonna terminate your contract, or you'll have to pay more because we're gonna go beyond 6 months. Then you guys love that pressure, right? Tell me, you guys love that pressure. You love when I tell you and pin you, and then you start working. So please start working day one. No one wants that stress, neither you, nor me, nor your team. Okay? So, and I noticed that belongs to India for whatever reason, but in general, a lot of people are like that. All right? So, guys, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. You guys start working with my team day one because it's a dictatorship when you start working with me. You have to know this. It's a dictatorship for your best interest. Okay? For your best interest. Alright. I hope you guys entertained. Okay, and what's the average time? Normal. I'm the same client. You're okay. Normal. I just did because attorney-client privilege. Okay, attorney-client privilege. I will never expose you to be my client unless you give me that right. So I have very high ethics. So yeah, normal. Good job. Good job. Keep working. Asking for someone who is EB1 aspirant and working on documents. Yeah, sure. Tell them that contribution in the field is something that they need to consider. Himalayan, what is importance of citation for persons paper publications in EB1A? Great question, guys. Himalayan asked a very good question. So actually, there was another change in the law. Again, in policies, they don't change the law, they change the policies. It happened a few months ago for EB1A. So basically they explained that for the purpose of scholarly publications, the citations do not matter. Why they did say that? Because I saw RFEs where the officer would request, like, hey guys, I'm not accepting those academic articles, there are no citations. So what? Was my response to that RFE. There is nowhere in the law, in policies, in the case law, in AAO decisions, there is nowhere to be mentioned that we must have citations for the purpose of publications. So they probably changed the policies because of me, guys, because I destroyed them on that so many times before. So they're like, this guy, Stanislav, sends us so many cases for approval, we cannot stand his responses to RFE. Let's change the policy so we get rid of this guy. Okay? Because the way we attack them on those things is incredible. They want to cry. So yeah, they actually said it out loud. Hey, we don't need public citations in those publications. But Himalayan, if you do have more than 30 citations on your publications, you may use it in contribution in the field. Okay? And let me tell you, I had cases where I was able to use one publication with about 30 citations as the contribution, and I had cases where a publication with 100 citations didn't fly. So that's just for you guys to understand how not unified this system is. Okay? And of course, the details they matter in the cases. Mohan Raj, to publish research papers in IEEE will be taking very long time, like 9 to 14 months. Can you advise how we reduce this time or any alternative? Absolutely, guys, absolutely. And that's the benefit. And ask Nirmal, guys. Nirmal already mentioned that he's working with us. So ask Nirmal what kind of resources we offer to you when you start working with us. Well, first of all, we offer you the resources to improve and strengthen your cases through your criteria, through working with PR agencies and our vendors who help you make those things happen very fast. Okay? I know that IEEE is going to take forever, and a lot of journals and magazines, the scientific ones and others, they just procrastinate. They take forever. So that's why you hire the vendors who help you to push your publications through those hurdles. Okay, and I don't know anybody else who's helping you do this, right? I know attorneys who will not advise you how to improve your case. I'll be like, are you crazy? This is your client. That's your ethical responsibility to make sure your client gets the best result. And some attorneys will be like, okay, whatever you have right now, I'm gonna describe that, I'm gonna file it. Hello? What about improving the criteria? This is crazy. I don't understand this. And I don't understand the motivation behind it. Like, oh, this is the law and this is how we apply it. And if we advise how to improve the case, this is not ethical. How? You're the lawyer. Who else is going to advise? Crazy, guys. Crazy. We're not working like this. We are the most client-oriented company. And as Nirmal, guys, we have the quality control department in my company. And this is the independent arbitrage in the company. I have no control over them. That's how we create the structure in the company. The quality control, they absolutely independent. No one can tell them what to do. If you complain to them about the process or about the team, they're gonna do the investigation, and they're gonna change things. They're gonna go to the directors and say, hey, you guys doing something wrong. You don't follow your own policies. Please correct that. Okay? And that's how, because we result oriented, we want you to be happy. Okay? All right, we're running a little bit low on time, guys, but let me get you a few questions. Don't forget that your first step on immigrating to the US and working with us starts with free evaluation. The link is attached to this chat. You fill out the form, and then I'll get you the free analysis of your case. All right. Nirmal, in my case, it's other way around. I need quick process. Exactly, Nirmal. And that's what we're doing. Can we apply O1 without research papers E5 criteria? Probably yes, Mahan Raju. I want to know what those criteria are and the depth of them, right? We don't have to, but we always do this because it's an easy way to strengthen your case. Mega, how is the category high salary judged? It's judged by the amount of money you make compared to other professionals in your field in your geographical location. Okay, so if you are from Delhi and you're IT person and you make $7,000 a month and the average guy makes $2,000 a month, you make significantly more. Okay, when and you guys should ask, and you probably in your head you're asking this question: when can we qualify? What's that starting point when we can say it's significantly more? Okay, when is the starting point? Well, according to the case law, it's 20 to 30% more than average in your geographical location for your particular industry. But of course, we want to say as much as possible. Marco, I'm about to self-publish a book with a new methodology developed by me to help people on my profession. Can I use it? Yes, you can use it, Marco. Viswanathan, will the new administration create delays in visa approvals? No, guys, the other way around. Do not forget that neither Trump, no Musk, no Democrats, no one are interested to stop the import of the highly qualified professionals like you. Okay? Moreover, Musk mentioned out loud on Twitter, on X, that we are very slow in bringing highly qualified professionals in the US, which slows the development. Okay, so I translated to you, things gonna speed up. Nirmal, I'm a big advocate for your work and resource utilization since you are a process oriented. Thank you, Nirmal. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nirmal, might have refer your name to 20 clients, expecting some treat while you office next time, I would say. Yes, Nirmal, thank you. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Guys, free evaluation, complex immigration planning, complete case filing. 1, 2, 3. That's what stops you from coming to the US. All right, and that's how we work. So get that free evaluation right off the bat, right out of your way in the beginning of the year, so we could start working on your case soon to get you approved in 2025. And remember, your future begins here. Good luck.